I am so not ready for this. I am not ready for this. I am not ready for this. It would be, I think, easier not with gloves on. Ooh, that's pretty. But yeah. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to read this. I'm not ready. Anyway, let's get started. That was the best way Akutagawa could get revenge. Revenge against the curse of ever being born. So Akutagawa leaned forward and threw himself at the outlaw. The three outlaws simultaneously fired. Akutagawa rolled on the ground until he could hide behind the nearest body and use it as a shield. The corpse bounced as it took the gunfire. It's gruesome! Biting one outlaw's neck. He then wrapped his... Jesus. Biting his neck?! Blood gushed out of the criminal's neck and straight up into the air. Akutagawa kicked off his sternum and landed on the ground with the man's flesh and blood still dangling from his mouth. Akutagawa stood back up. What?! The silent mad dog. A heartless, savage beast. This Akutagawa, illuminated by the moonlight, was what his friends both feared and relied on. The ultimate beast. Roll credits! The man screamed in agony as his foot was slowly rendered into mincemeat, starting from his toes. And every vein in his body dilated beyond capacity. He died from shock. I'm not prepared. Okay. Oh God, Jesus. Okay. That's a thing. Oh, Bruder. That's a thing, I guess. Okay. That's a thing. I'm not prepared. Okay. Mama. Come find me once you figure out what makes you so weak. We'll have a rematch. I'll be holding on to your sister until then. Does I? What? Could you not? And you don't need to worry if it's your first time because I can teach you. It's already simple. Anyone can do it. The task was rice planting. Akutagawa's expression as he stared at vast fields of rice paddies would become the stuff of legend at a detective agency. It would be the first and last time Akutagawa, who was typically expressionless, appeared utterly lost. Great. Okay, I guess. Now let's get started, Kenji cheerfully suggested. You should definitely change into the workwear and long boots I got you. Oh, and a straw hat too. You're gonna look great, I promise. Ah, Kenji. Tell that to my friends who died in the slums. You're the other half, Akutagawa. Kenji looked at him. You survived, and you developed an incredible skill. Everyone passed the good half on to you. That's why... Kenji paused and smiled as the evening sun glowed in his eyes. That's why I just know you get your sister back. A lot of good things are waiting for you now. That's what nature's all about. Oh, Kenji, you're so cute! Akutagawa stared at Kenji for a few moments as if he was scrutinizing those words before eventually turning his gaze at the setting sun. I see, Akutagawa replied in a hushed tone. My friends who perished gave me their half. Oh god, the picture! No! Oh god! Oh no! No! Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no, Beast is tearing me in half. The ridges of the mountaintops were slowly swallowed by the violet night. Nobody said another word. Oh no. It took both of them 4 days to finish the rest of the rice planting. Kunigita paid them a visit on the last day to see how things were going, but when he arrived, he found them chatting while covered in mud. As he watched their exchange, Kunigita muttered in blank amazement, "They're getting along." I'm afraid. We are on the verge of solving it, replied Kunigita. He then quietly stared at Akutagawa for a few moments and asked, Did you get a 10? Imagine. Alright. Did you already finish breakfast? Asked Kunigita. I'm fine. What? Absolutely not. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Without it, you won't be able to jumpstart your pancreas to its fullest potential, which would further inhibit your body's ability to regulate your blood sugar during lunch and dinner. In other words, missing one meal could hinder your performance for the day. Therefore, you need an ideal breakfast for the ideal work. Without even blinking, Akutagawa suddenly walked past Kunigita in the middle of his lecture. Ever hear about respecting your elders? Oh boy. The other detective's free-spirited work style was always a cause of anxiety for a stickler for infallible business operations like Kunigita. The Tanizaki siblings, who were always touchy-feely whether they were in the middle of work or even meeting with a client. Oda, who was always late because some old lady in the neighborhood stopped him for a chat. No. Don't threaten him, you idiot! Akutagawa, did you even listen to what I said? Do you want the agency to get sued? Making threats to children. Oh, you dense MF. I wonder what Oda's going to do. Yeah, make curry. Jeez, no. Akutagawa? Akutagawa! Where are you? Kunigita came bounding through the agency's office. Kunigita? Is everything okay? Asked Tanizaki while he was working at his desk. Akutagawa is supposed to be filling paperwork right now, and he's nowhere to be found. He must have used his skill to remove the restraints around his wrists and ankles, then ran away. Why would you? Why? No. Why would you say that? Oh. Wait! Came a beastly roar from behind. Nope. What's wrong? You're supposed to be You're supposed to be practicing in case the man you're after tries to run away. Come at me with everything you got. Taunted Oda while sprinting. You nugget. Exactly. Still, being able to dictate where your opponent runs is impressive. So let me treat you to some udon. You've earned it. I just feel like udon. That's all. Oda answered, his expression unchanged. Well, if you want my stamp, began Oda. I just remembered I had a job I'd like you to do for me. That's simple, really. Even a kid could do it. Akutagawa nodded and urged. Go on. I'm going out of town on business tomorrow for 3 days. I want you to go check up on things at the shop while I'm gone. The shop? It's a restaurant. Orphans! Just play with some kids, and it'll be over before you know it. Oh, I don't have a good feeling about this, Oda. Oh no! Damn you, Sakanosuke Oda. You tricked me. 5, then 6 kids were taking turns jumping on Akutagawa.
Yay! Whee! It's just like a slide!
No! Why? Oh god, no! Oh god. Anyway, I've gotta get back down and run the restaurant. I'm counting on ya. Wait! Akutagawa tried to call for help, but the kid sitting on his head ended up silencing him with his butt. Oh god. No. I can't. What's up? Don't play dumb, you traitor, Akutagawa hissed. Just play with some kids and it'll be over before you know it. You clearly only want me to take over babysitting duty for you. More importantly, how many of them are there? Are you planning on building an army or something? I think there are 15 altogether, but I don't plan on making an army. 15! At any rate, I find it hard to believe you can raise this many orphans on the agency's salary. How are you earning enough to take care of them? That's a secret. Oda let out a Oda let Oda let out a faint, almost inaudible laugh. You can't do that, man! It's your job to look after the kids, as the oldest one there. Eldest? There are even more! However, Akutagawa suddenly realized something mid-sentence. Wait. The oldest one there? Are you saying I'm the same as them? Is that why you saved me at the riverside? You've got this, Akutagawa. Why you? Why you? But Akutagawa's cries proved fruitless, for Oda had already hung up. What a douchebag! Oda! Akutagawa lay on the ground like a corpse while everyone else was eating dinner. Just kill me. Akutagawa the kindergartner. Akutagawa's breathing came out in short gasps like a comatose patient on the verge of death. He had become one with the floor, now powerless against the pull of gravity. A piece of grey fabric was wrapped around her wrist. Oh, Sakura, great! You can't do this after... No! You can't just go to Sakura and believe everything's fine! Oh, no! No, you can't do this. The video started playing on the wall-mounted television. It showed a deck on a small ship somewhere out at sea. Two men were sitting while facing each other with a small table between them. One was a bald middle-aged man in a kimono, while the other was a tall man in a black overcoat. Standing in the center between them was a nervous-looking individual wearing round glasses and a suit. Well, now! Now Chieftain Neda lost his hair! Ah, nice! He was so afraid he lost all his hair. Oh no. Oh no. So this is the first hurdle? Replied Akutagawa without blinking an eye. Very well. Come. The silver blade and the gay... and the gay fabric. Atsushi then turned on its heel and headed for the exit. If you excuse me. Daza quietly watched as Atsushi strode out the door. He then faced the empty room and whispered to himself. Yes, this is a natural phenomenon. There was a slight ring of prolonged exhaustion in his voice. Nobody can stop it. Not even I. The only thing I can do is love. Love the fact that this world is one huge lie. Oh, Daza, you sick? I don't even have a word for this without censoring it. is this? I'm at half. I'm at half of the novel. You? In the mafia? Atsushi glanced at Akutagawa. That's hard to imagine. I agree. I would never join the mafia, declared Akutagawa. Meanwhile... Oh god. The boss said you'd only use me as an excuse again if I returned. Gin turned her back to Akutagawa. An excuse to destroy everything around you. I feel the same way. That's why I can't be with you anymore. Ooh, that hurt. I need to kill Kyoka before he gives orders to kill her. I need to kill... Did I just say Kyoka? No! No, I didn't mean it. Oh god, that would have been so much worse. It wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I'm here now. Wait, I need to go outside to go to Kyoka kill her. Just say what? After a long reading session. My job today had to do with the new recruit Akutagawa. He'd broken into the Port Mafia's headquarters, an underground organization that had spread its roots deep within this city. Saying he had a few screws loose would be putting it lightly. It had to be someone who played a pivotal role in the Mafia. Ideally, someone who worked close to the heart of their money. After all, money was like blood to the organization, and a living creature can't survive if you pump poison into its bloodstream. Nicely phrased. There was a researcher who came to the orphanage to secretly investigate the tiger, but it killed him. He had long hair the color of white mist and eyes as red as apples. Had his death gone public, the military police would have intervened and killed the dangerous tiger. Me. Hello, Shibusawa? That was why I always believed that the tiger was a savage beast that came from somewhere far, far away. The director knew me better than anyone else. He even understood that I wouldn't be able to bear it if I knew that I was the tiger. And he knew that he had to continue protecting me, keeping me from going into the outside world, until I was old enough to be able to control the tiger and accept what I am. That's a shame. Oh god, stop breaking my heart. Only the myriad monitors displaying every room in the building illuminated the space, but there was no warmth in their light. Long time no see, I repeated to the man as I approached him. Have we met? The young man who was waiting for me at the bar wore a mellow smile that seemed so natural on him. No, this is the first time, he replied while clinking the ice in his glass. First time I've ever been to this bar, first time I ever drank here, and the first time you and I have ever met here, Oda-saku. How aware is Dase of everything? How aware? What? Dase drank alone for some time after that. Only the sound of the ice clinking in his glass, a substitute for words, filled the air. Oda-saku, I've got an interesting story. Want to hear it? He suddenly asked, as if he couldn't take the silence any longer. What is it? I defused a bomb the other day. Finally, right? The young man fixed me with an earnest gaze. His eyes were strong, staring directly into mine. My wish finally came true. I was so excited I started to dance with the unexploded bomb in my arms. I've been waiting so long to tell you that. Oh. I replied. One more thing. I finally perfected that hard tofu recipe I've been wanting you to eat. It's 3 times harder and more flavorful now. I made one of my men taste a piece. And he broke his tooth on it. You need to be careful when you try it for yourself. Is it really that hard? I asked. How are you supposed to eat it then? He smiled like a lost child who had finally found his house. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. There's something important I wanted to ask you, Odasaku. I heard you got the Rookie of the Year award for your novel. Don't do this to me right now. What is this? Thanks, but it's hard to take someone's word for it when you've just only met. Stop breaking my heart. I simply said the first thing that came to mind. The young man's glass clinked, and I looked over to find him frozen with his drink still in hand. The glass, his boyish expression, even his breathing seemed to be frozen in time. I imagined something completely ridiculous for a moment. I felt as if the young man sitting before me was about to cry. But that wouldn't make any sense. It wasn't logical. For a brief moment, he seemed as shocked as if he had been stabbed right in the heart. Only for a brief moment, though. His sage smile, like that of a man who had been alive for thousands of years, immediately returned. Looks like I can't fool you, he quipped. Put that gun away. I can't, I told him while lightly placing my finger on the trigger. What the hell is happening? The drawing isn't helping, okay? Odasaku, you asked me why I lured Akutagawa to the Mafia headquarters, he began. I did it to protect this world. This world? This is but one of countless worlds, he replied while shooting me a pleading look. And in another, in the original world, you and I were friends. We drank at this bar and spent time together talking about the most ridiculous things. The reason I invited you here was to say goodbye, he said after a few minutes passed. A life with someone you can't say goodbye to is a good life, especially when it hurts so much to say it to them. Am I wrong? After thinking for a moment, I faintly smiled before he turned his back to me and began leaving. Goodbye, Odasaku. Thus I ascended the staircase until it was out of sight, never to look back again. The last thing I heard was the door softly shutting behind him. It's not sad. It's not sad. This is not sad. This isn't sad.
Get up, Akutagawa. Listen, we detectives become the strongest people on Earth whenever someone needs saving.
Oh, Kenji, you're so cute. Yes. 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 His eyes were closed and his smile dreamy as he spoke. The time has finally come. This long-awaited moment. I can't wait. I truly cannot wait. But I do have one regret. I'll never be able to read that novel you complete one day. It's the one last thing I wish I could do. Oh God. No, it's a gear, you bastard. Oh, oh man. You bastard. He went where he wanted to go, to a place far, far away. The point farthest from any place man could ever go. He had arrived on the other side after stepping across the realm of the living. Somewhere beyond anyone's grasp. Whether that truly had value was something Akutagawa would never know. The only one that knew the whole truth was the crystal clear wind that traversed the Yokohama skies and watched over the city. I'm not okay with this. Sakiri, you damn. Sagiri, you madman. Or mad woman. Jesus. Oh, God. You will return to this orphanage as a student. Well, until you become independent, at the very least. Daze must have been worried about what would happen to you after his death. However, there was one miscalculation in his plan, the man clearly stated. Our pedagogical views are completely different. That's why I intend on doing things my way. I don't know what to do with Maury's voice, so he just has the weirdest dialect ever. And I'm so sorry it doesn't match anything. Until then, you can live here as my student. No, as my son. Atsushi lowered his gaze. An emotion he had never felt before, his heart in a vice. An emotion he had never felt before. An emotion he had never felt before had his heart in a vice. He didn't seem able to give a name to that emotion. He didn't seem able to give a name to that emotion. What? I can't. Oh, God. This, as I stated at the beginning of reading this, for not being ready, I wasn't ready. I heard that Beast would be a roller coaster. And it sure was a roller coaster. I'm just very, very impressed of everything that has happened, and it's just my thoughts here, and it's super cute how Kenji and Akutagawa get to be like besties, and Oda gets to be Akutagawa's mentor, and that Akutagawa just warms up at the agency. But at the other side, as Kenji said, like, there's always two sides. How the side of Atsushi and Daze get just thrown into a blender. And how self-aware just Daze is in general. Like, he had to do this in order to get Atsushi and Akutagawa to fight together. But also at the scene of the bar, where he has to realize he would never have this connection to Oda as he had in the original story. And just Atsushi being Mori's son in that matter, and it's just all so much, and oh god. Yeah, it's just my thoughts, and I have to live with that knowledge of this novel forever now, and It surely has been a ride. Speaking about Shuya, though, in the epilogue, I thought somewhere he would be in there, but he had just this this one line, just like, well, not one line, but you know, this one appearance where he was super snappy with Atsushi, and then just storms out and is gone. Probably getting drunk on some wine because Daze was being not nice to him. Oh god. Anyway, I want to thank all of you who have been listening to the audiobooks that I record, whether it's Bungo related, whether it's Nyoramara, the other stuff that I've been recording, that you support me in that way, and it's been such a ride, and it's always flattering my heart when I read comments like, oh hey, how do you say that, like, such a good reader, and as a dyslexic, I hope that was the word, dyslexic person, this is a godsend, like, this super lovely comments, and I'm super happy and relieved that that you guys like it, or else you wouldn't be here, and it's super super cute, and I wanted to thank you at this moment, like, for all that support, and then that I cherish that a lot, and hope I can be a help to you in that regard, if that makes sense. So yeah, thank you so much, and as Aguirre says, until next time. Thank you.